Maybe that's not a good statement to make to a camera.
Well, a policeman's going by. Right?
Oh, wasn't a policeman. Guy in a suit. All
There
right.
you go.
The state of New California. Notice to all Californians. Chapter 2. Grievance 93. New California is a new state in development, exercising its constitutional right to form from the state of California. The process is to form New California is authorized and codified in Article 4, Section 3 and 4 of the United States Constitution. The Statement of Intent. The citizens of New California have decided to remedy the abuse of power by the government of California by exercising their right to form a new state provided in United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 3, and Section 4. We are determined to live under a state government in the United States of America and under the Constitution of the United States. New California Declaration of Independence of January 15, 2018 states, whenever any form of government becomes destructive, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government. When a long train of abuses and acts to seize and hold the people's power without legal authority and pursuing invariable the same object that clearly demonstrates a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security.
Preamble of the New California State Constitution states, we, the representatives of the undersigned counties within the state of California, do acknowledge and humbly invoke the favor of Almighty God for continued civil and religious liberty to ourselves and our posterity. First Amendment of the United States Constitution states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution states, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or the things to be seized. New California. New California is a new state in development, forming from the state of California. New California State is exercising its God-given rights as declared in the 1776 United States Declaration of Independence and as ratified in the 1789 United States Constitution under Article 4, Section 3.
State of New California, Grievance 93. Declaration of Grievance, Statement of Facts. The people of California are suffering from a tyrannical state government which fails to provide a republican form of governance, enables and supports across its southern border the invasion of the United States of America by illegal foreign nationals, and protects vicious criminals who commit outrageous acts of violence upon the citizens of America, all caused by a government of and for a monoparty system led by a tyrannical dictator who openly defies federal law. California state violates United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 4, United States Constitution, Article 6, First Amendment, United States Constitution, 14th Amendment, United States Constitution. first order of the day in an act in default. In Congress, September 9th, 1850, an act for the admission of the state of California into the Union. Whereas the people of California have presented a constitution and asked admission into the Union, which constitution was submitted to Congress by the President of the United States by message dated February 19th, 1850, and which, on due examination, is found to be a Republican in its form of government. Section 1. Be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that the state of California shall be one and is hereby declared to be one of the United States of America and admitted into the Union on an equal footing with original states in all respects whatever. Section 2. And be it further enacted that until the representatives in Congress shall be apportioned according to an actual enumeration of inhabitants of the United States, the state of California shall be entitled to 2 representatives in Congress.
Section 3, and be it further enacted that the said state of California is admitted into the Union upon the express condition that the people of said state, through their legislature or otherwise, shall never interfere with a primary disposal of public lands within its limits, and shall pass no law and do no act whereby the title of the United States to the right and disposal of the same shall be impaired or questioned, and that they shall never lay any tax or assessment of any description whatsoever upon the public domain of the United States, and in no case shall non-resident proprietors who are citizens of the United States be taxed higher than residents, and that all the navigable waters within the said state shall be common highways and forever free, as well to the inhabitants of said state as to the citizens of the United States, without any tax, impost, or duty. Therefore, provided that nothing herein contained shall be construed or as recognized or rejecting the propositions tendered by the people of California as articles of compact in the ordinance adopted by the convention which formed the Constitution of that state, approved September 9, 1850. Second order of the day, constitutional default, admitted to the Union September 9, 1850. State of California declared in constitutional default December 1, 2021. Notice of default. State of California is in default for violating its compact as agreed in its 1850 state constitution and agreed in its admission, whereas the people of California presented a constitution and asked admission into the Union, which constitution was submitted to Congress by the President of the United States by message dated February 13th, 1850, and which on due examination was found to be Republican in its form of government. Furthermore, in Section 1 of the November 9, 1850 bill, it was enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, and that the state of California shall be one, and was thereby declared to be one of the United States of America, and admitted into the Union on equal footing with the original states in all respects whatever. As of December 1st, 2021, California fails to provide a Republican form of government, is in financial default, and does not have equal footing with all the original states in all respects whatever, thus violating Article 4 and Article 6 of the United States Constitution, ratified June 21, 1788.
And to that end, California does not have United States constitutional standing as a member state of the Union of States called the United States of America. California is in default of the United States Constitution, Article 4, Sections 1 and 4. Section 1. Full faith and credit shall be given in each state to the public acts, records, and judicial proceedings of every other state. And the Congress may, by general laws, prescribe the manner in which such acts, records, and proceedings shall be proved and the effects thereof. Section 4. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government, and shall protect each of them against invasion, and on application of the legislature or of the executive, when the legislature cannot be convened, against domestic violence. California is in default of the United States Constitution. Article 6, Sections 1, 2, 3. Section 1. All debts contracted and engagements entered into before the adoption of this Constitution shall be as valid against the United States under this Constitution as under the Confederation. Section 2. This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state or to the contrary notwithstanding. Section 3. The senators and representatives before mentioned, and the members of the several state legislatures, and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution, but no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. State of California is declared in default of the U.S. Constitution. The state of California is no longer in good standing as a member of the Union of States known as the United States of America. Oops, sorry.
In New California State, we echo the thoughts, convictions, principles, and ideals of the founders of the United States of America. We will retain our humanity, our natural and unalienable rights, and our autonomy, free from the shackles of slavery to any form of government. Insurrection. The government of California, the current socialist governor, dictator, and monoparty system, along with local officials, are following a coordinated design with the intent to actively engage in acts of insurrection against the U.S. Constitution. The Insurrection Act of 1807 and the Emergency Economic Powers Act are United States federal laws that govern the ability of the President of the United States to deploy military troops within the United States to put down lawlessness, insurrection, and rebellion. Acts of succession. The California government, in conjunction with the socialist state executive, instituted wherever the current socialist governor dictator has usurped power, has actively engaged in acts of succession, and have created a reign of terror on United States citizens living in California, with the intent to secede from the United States of America, to thus destroy the very union of states which secures our liberty and freedom. Abdication of authority. Betrayal by the sitting socialist governor dictator of California, the monoparty legislature, and the local elected officials in evidence of the abdication of their responsibility of authority and sovereignty over the citizens of the United States living in California State. New California State is the answer to limiting the runaway power of the corrupt bureaucracy of tyranny, surveillance, oppression, and control by the moneyed interests of supranational corporation, Nazi cartels, and communist China. Prayer. The citizens of New California State pray for the military to exercise its authority under continuity of government and the Insurrection Act of 1807 to initiate the military use of martial law and create the restored government of California as requested by New California State to end the tyranny being foisted upon the United States of America. This concludes these proceedings. Yeah.